it's time now to talk about values. Keisha, what are your core values? What are, like, I don't need them all, but what are one or two core values that are near and dear to who you are, and you will never compromise them, or you have compromised them and you've learned from it?
Yeah, I love that question. It's contribution, believing that I'm adding value and making other people's life better, especially people that are, in need of it, as well as operating from a level of integrity. Those are the two things that I would and then the third I would put is my relationship. And I would relationships period, whether or not it's romantic or family relationships or relationships with coworkers. I believe relationships are what makes life fulfilling.
Mm.
And it's funny you asked this question. I'm going to focus on relationships a little bit. There's a temptation when you are in the corporate workspace as an employee or even as an entrepreneur to see people as objects or ways in which you can use them to get new business as an entrepreneur, bring in new leads, bring in new clients. And you know what? It's so easy to slip down that road. Consistently, on a regular basis, and like with everything else we've talked about today, it's not a one and done. It is a consistent process. And so every single day, really taking a step back and asking myself, what really is my motive? What's my motive of having this? Is it really to contribute? Is it really to build positive relationship? Or am I just doing this for an end? Nothing
Mm.
wrong, right? We've got to build our businesses. No shame in that. But is that the only way reason you're reaching out to people and having conversations? Making sure that it's above that and beyond that. That's those are the big things that if I have in my life, I feel fulfilled and satisfied. What about you, Margie? What are your
Well, yeah,
values?
it's so interesting because there's no accident we're on this call together, and that Anne, who works with both of us, put us together. Integrity is a core value. And for me, integrity is about being whole and complete with me, living in alignment with my values and having nothing unsaid. So it doesn't mean saying unkind things, but it means communicating, even with the man I'm dating, like, hey, this is the future I'm looking at. What future are you looking at, and should we keep hanging out together? Or with coworkers or colleagues or even clients, having, being in relationship with what comes out of my mouth, and keeping my word. Now I'll tell you, in the software company, I told you that it fell apart. We had no written agreements. Everything was handshake. So even though integrity was important to me, I was really deaf, dumb, and blind that integrity is not everybody's core value. And the person that I went into business with terminated my partner without telling me, because she asked about, when am I going to get paid? You guys haven't paid me. And instead of dealing with her questions, he kicked her to the curb and never told me. And then when I questioned it, he said, we have you, we have your son, we don't need you, go away. And I got the rude awakening that I did a crappy job of vetting for integrity. And
Mm,
that's like the people who've worked with me a long time, they have a great relationship with their word. The people that I work with as clients, we have a cohesive relationship. Another core value for me is transformation. What does that mean, transformation? Does it mean the room is under transformation? No. Transformation for me as a core value is there's no end to the mountain. We're always working on being our highest and best use of self. So one could say, well, that means self-actualization. But the truth is, just like Keisha and I have been talking about, we set an intention and then life happens. COVID happens. People get sick. We lose loved ones. There's chaos. There's vaccines. There's no vaccines. There's masks. There's no I mean, today I was checking in at my hotel at 1 o'clock and all the power in Sacramento downtown went down. I had to drive 30 minutes north to Placerville to get a new hotel so I could be on this call. So there's two
wow.
ways I could be about it. One could be frazzled and crazy, or the other could be my commitment in life is to give people the training and the tools so that they know moment by moment by moment by moment, they can live a life of their choice. And then another core value is community, which to me means family, friends, relationship, building, 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 building.